All right, welcome. Today we're going to do something a little different. This is a guided mini session, and it's all about turning that nagging feeling of self-doubt into a really powerful sense of self-trust. So let's just jump right in.
You know that feeling, right? We've all been there, where you just feel stuck, kind of paralyzed by all the unknowns. Well, self-doubt absolutely loves that space. It just feeds on confusion, and it whispers all those things: you're not ready, you're not smart enough, you're not capable.
But here's the thing, and this is the really good news. Empowerment isn't something you just have to sit around and wait for. Nope, it's an active process. It's something you literally build for yourself, piece by piece. And today, we're going to walk through the actual blueprint for how to do that. Okay, so let's get into it. The core of this whole process is this simple but incredibly powerful formula. Knowledge plus confidence plus action equals empowerment. This right here, this is the blueprint we're going to use to turn all that potential you have into real, tangible power.
So let's start with pillar 1, knowledge. I want you to think of this as the foundation, the solid ground that you're going to build everything else on.
Now, when I say knowledge, I'm not just talking about memorizing a bunch of facts. It's about a much deeper understanding. It's about knowing how things work, why they even matter, and most importantly, how you can use that insight to actually move forward. This right here is the ultimate antidote to doubt. Instead of just guessing or feeling totally lost, you actively go out and seek the information you need. You become your own guide, and you start replacing that fog of uncertainty with the clear light of understanding. So let's make this practical. I actually want you to take a moment here, really think about it. In that one specific area where you're feeling doubt, what is the one thing you need to learn to just take the very next step? Go on, just take a second. And now let's dig just a little bit deeper. Can you pinpoint it? Where exactly are you letting confusion just completely stall your progress? What's that one nagging question that, if you could just get it answered, would unlock your next move? Just identifying this is a massive step. So here's the big takeaway for this first pillar. Real growth kicks in when curiosity stops being just a fleeting thought and becomes a daily intentional practice. The goal is to make learning a habit. All right, so with that foundation of knowledge in place, let's move to pillar 2. This is the critical piece. It's the bridge between knowing what to do and actually doing it. This is all about confidence. And let's be super clear about something. Confidence is not some magical trait that you're either born with or you're not. It's a skill. It's something you build. It's the trust you develop in yourself, not because you'll always have the right answer, but because you know you've got what it takes to figure things out. Now, this is such a powerful reframe. That little voice of doubt loves to say, I'm not ready. The voice of confidence doesn't argue with that. It just changes the goal. It says, I'm ready to learn through doing. See the difference? It's a huge shift from needing perfection to just embracing the process. Now, this might be the hardest part, but it is absolutely the most critical. You have to start moving. You build that bridge of confidence by taking that first wobbly step, even when you don't feel ready. And then you take another one. That is how it gets built. And this really gets to the heart of it all. Confidence is a direct result of action. It's something that grows while you're in motion, not while you're sitting on the sidelines waiting for some perfect moment that's never going to come. All right, that brings us to our third and final pillar. This is the part that really ignites change. It's all about action. I absolutely love this metaphor. Your knowledge and your confidence, that's the spark. It holds all the potential. But action is the flame. It's what turns all that potential energy into real warmth, real lights, and real progress. And this is how it works. It's all a big feedback loop. Every small step matters because it builds on the last one. You act, and so you learn. When you learn, you grow. And when you grow, you empower yourself to act again, but this time with a little more knowledge and a little more confidence. It just compounds on itself. Okay, so let's do another one of these reflection moments. Right now, today, what is one single meaningful action you can take? I'm not talking about a 10-step plan, just one small thing. Take a second and really think about what that is for you. And then how can you take what you're learning right here, right now, and apply it in a real, tangible way? How do you get this out of your head and turn it into a concrete step forward in your life? And just remember, this is not about taking some giant, heroic leap.
It's the small, consistent steps, one after another, that build truly unstoppable momentum over time.
Okay, so let's bring this all home. In this final section, we're going to see how these three pillars lock into place to create something truly incredible, a self-reinforcing, unstoppable loop.
And this is the magic of the whole system. It's not a straight line, it's a virtuous cycle. Your knowledge fuels your confidence. That confidence drives you to take action. And that action generates new experiences, which then becomes new knowledge, starting the loop all over again, but stronger every single time.
And what's the result of living in this cycle? It fundamentally changes how you see yourself. You begin to believe deep down in your core that you are truly capable, that you're adaptable enough to handle whatever comes your way, and that you're resilient enough to bounce back from anything. And that brings us to our final thought. Empowerment isn't a moment. It's not a destination you finally arrive at. It's a mindset. It's a way of moving through the world. So keep learning, keep believing, and keep moving forward. Thanks so much for joining me.